Hey, welcome back everybody. It is September 19th, 2017, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've been going over this model, or these models of the weather. And of course, we all know it's hurricane season big time. Seems like it's the hurricane season from hell. But I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, watching these things, that they keep producing a forecast that has 3 hurricanes in the Atlantic all at the same time. It's not the first time I've reported on this or other people. I think that we need to consider this the trilogy of terror. This is Tuesday the 19th, 8 a.m. this morning. Doesn't matter, I can go 8 p.m. tonight, doesn't matter. There we are. This is a gem model. Now check out what happens on the 23rd. Saturday the 23rd, what it's projecting. Check it out. 3 hurricanes in the Atlantic. All churning like Buddha. Buddha. 1, 2, 3. Trilogy of terror. What's really interesting about this particular one is that it's the 23rd. Now, I don't know if you follow a lot of the quote-unquote truth channels on YouTube, but a lot of them are talking about how September the 23rd is either the second coming of Christ, there's going to be Negro's going to spank into us, or all kinds of things. I guess we can add this one to the pile. I guess on the 23rd, again, we're going to have 3 storms in the Atlantic. It's very fascinating. Now, I know a lot of people believe that the weather is being manipulated. I know that there's a lot of people who believe the weather is not being manipulated. You have the right to your opinion. From what I'm seeing, something's going on. I mean, we know as far back as 1959 and in the 60s with Operation Popeye, and on and on and on. Well, even now, Operation Solar Shield, blocking our sun out in areas with them chemtrails. You know that they are messing with the weather. Okay, how much of a control they have on the weather? Very hard to know. That Mitsukaku guy, the scientist guy, you know, he's a scientist. He was heard saying on a program where they have huge lasers now that they can zap up into the sky and make weather happen. And if he's telling that on national television, then clearly it's been around a while. Mike deGrasse Tyson, again, has mentioned weather manipulation and weather warfare. Why would they not? If you can control the weather, you can control the world. You wouldn't have to throw nuclear bombs at people. You wouldn't have to have armies come in and destroy people. You could just simply have the weather destroy the people, and you have plausible deniability. Well, you know, God's in control of the weather. God is in control of the weather. The problem is man is trying to take that away. And whether it's God or Mother Nature, ain't liking it. And I think that's the reason why these storms are acting so funky, is they kind of got control of them, but not really. I think that's what's happening with our weather, is they are trying to control them, control the hurricanes, working to a minor degree, actually a pretty good degree, because they obviously can kind of get them lined up. But they don't have it quite perfected yet. Obviously, you know, even if you have a quantum computer, which I'm sure they do, projecting out, there's still a lot of variables in the atmosphere that we need to take into account if you're going to be moving big storms around. Now, back in 1959, like I said, they were saying how they could take a hurricane and create a weather pattern that it would draw the hurricane off the coast, sparing people's lives. Well, if in 1959 they said they could do that, what makes us think that in 2017 they couldn't just take storms and kind of guide them towards the land? That's all I'm saying. We need to keep our eyes open. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. What we're seeing here cannot possibly be normal. It just doesn't seem possible. I know there are going to be those who disagree with me. Sorry about that. I'm just an old man with a computer with too much time on his hands to be thinking about stuff. But look into weather modification. You might very well be surprised at what you find. And if it is true, we are all in very deep, deep trouble. And as each day goes by, it seems more and more likely that it's real, that they are manipulating the weather. And God save us all if they get it locked in good and tight, because we may all have to feel the wrath of whoever's pulling these strings. And those strings, I'm sorry, I don't believe are God. My God wouldn't do this to us. These are other forces at work. And we need to stand up and try to just fight against it. Just try to fight against it. Because if this is real, if we keep having storms, 1, 2, 3s, and groups of 3 show up, it's got to be telling us something. Thanks for hanging out, listening to my rant. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more hurricane weather shortly.